Alright guys, we are back with another one. I'm really excited about this one today. We're going to go over something that has been a long pending issue that I'm finally getting time and effort to finish now. As you guys can see, we're going with a racer inspired theme. A racer inspired theme today with my love shirt that I got for Christmas. But today's topic is going to be one that every SN95 owner knows very dearly. Probably every New Edge owner agrees with this, and a lot of Ford owners in general. Number one issue with SN95 cars, at least, is the shitty halogen headlight housings. If you guys ever actually drive your cars, you notice at night you can't see anything with these cars at night. I don't drive my car a ton at night, but when I do, it is an issue. I've upgraded bulbs, I've upgraded housings, I've cleaned up housings, I've done everything I can, and I just cannot see with the stock housings. If you guys know, I do have OEM Cobra housings on my GT. I clean them up nice. They're original 94, 95 housings. They look beautiful, but I just can't get what I want to see out of them. So the next step is what, guys? It's projectors. Problem is I was originally, and I'm still on the fence where I'm going to go, and I'm going to show you guys in a couple minutes. I don't know if I want to go with retrofits or if I want to go with a pre-done projector. So over the last 2 weeks, I've been going back and forth through multiple sources trying to find good headlight housings to start with a retrofit. If any of you guys know Brandon Madrigal, I know him from the Facebook groups, Mad Designs or Mad Retros. He's going to start doing some retrofits. So I was working with him on coming up with a plan of attack and like a slight partnership that we were going to go into on building me a set of retrofits to help boost his business. I was very particular. If you guys know my car, you know I'm very particular with things. I want a very clean OEM type look with a really good solid beam pattern, and I want output. I want to be able to see. So I'm very particular with housings. I want a depot housings because I know that they are an OEM compliant housing. They are CAPA certified. Good lenses, good housings. They're just good all around replacement headlights instead of chopping up OEM headlights. I have OEM Cobras. I don't want to chop those up. I don't want to touch them. You can't get them. And just, I don't think people realize what they have if they have clean OEM Cobra headlights. So I've been searching all around, went through Amazon, all these different places to find depot headlights. I wanted the depot Cobra replicas. I want them to look exactly like a Cobra headlight with the same quality. I ordered the first set off of Overdrive Systems, I think it was, off of Amazon. Depots, you know, 30 bucks, 29 bucks, something like that for each side shipped. Had them drop shipped to Brandon and found out that they shipped me Eagle Eyes. I didn't want Eagle Eyes. They're pretty, it's a nice looking light, but the quality of the housing is nowhere even close to on par with like what a depot or a CAPA certified light would be, like a TYC, I think is another one that we were looking at. So the housing quality is nowhere even close to the same. The lenses are very nice, but the housings are junk. They have like a, if you ever look at the OEM housings, it's like a thick ABS plastic. Everything is just really solid. When you heat them up, you'll get a little bit of flex to them to be able to pry the lens off. These Eagle Eye housings were more of I can't even say the material. I'd have to have Brandon give me more information on the material since he saw them firsthand. But you can tell by looking at the pictures that they're like a chrome type substance, and they're even semi-polished on the back to look like chrome. They look like a real thin material that's sandwiched between something. Just something's not right about them. They're very cheap. But he went nuts with the first set. Tried everything under the sun to try and get these things separated, and basically it ended up with a broken set of housings. Basically, you have to break them to get them apart, or you have to cut right where the headlight, where the lens meets the housing. You have to cut that and actually break that apart that way, do whatever you're going to do with a retrofit, and then seal that back up. I have my doubts about that. I like things very clean cut, and I told him I wasn't comfortable with that unless we got, unless we got depot housings. I know depot housings should be good. He came up with a couple other options of mix matching some parts that he felt will be a real clean look, but again, I'm very hesitant because I have a certain direction I want to go with my car. So after going back and forth and ordering parts and not getting the right stuff, I decided to contact Depot directly in Taiwan. They actually forwarded me over to the Depot headquarters in California. I think they were in Fontana, maybe. I spoke with someone over there. They're actually their sister company, Max Lighting, I think it is. They got me in contact with some regional people that run the warehouses, try to track these down, no deal. So basically what we came up with is that Depot has discontinued their SN95 style lights for quite some time. So if you guys are looking for Depot lights, you're going to find out you cannot find them. I have been, some of them I got cheap, some I overpaid a little bit. I do have a few things I'm working on right now to get a couple so I can hoard them, or I have some options so I can decide which way I want to go. Basically, I did find one right side, brand new in a box. I got it for like 27 bucks. Got it to my door. Thing looks beautiful. It's exactly the quality that I want. I'm having a little bit of problem finding a left one. I did find another gentleman that happened to have two new left lights. One was a Depot and one was some other unknown brand that doesn't have a sticker on it. They're brand new, but they didn't have the boxes. So I worked up a deal with him, 50 bucks. Actually, it came to 67 with shipping for both of them, which I told him I only really wanted the Depot. I'm probably going to use the other one to try and break it apart just to practice with. I don't give a shit about the other one that much. The Depot was the one I wanted, so I had a matching set. Now, the other thing that I found is Depot also made a factory projector housing. They have a chrome housing, a black housing, and now I'm finding out they maybe had a carbon fiber or gunmetal type housing. I'm a little on the fence with that. The quality is not going to be as good as doing like the Morimoto setup we were going to do. I'm kind of a little sketch on if the housings are going to look like I want. The chrome ones I think are going to fit the car better with the chrome wheels and a little bit of bling that I got on the car. However, the black has the ability to look really dope. I've seen it on, if you guys have ever seen Matt Whidden's car, codename Blown By You, or Blow By You. He has a white SN95 and he's got a red one, but his white one is like, I've always went back to his pictures on how I wanted my hood to look, how I wanted, a few little touches. His car has kind of always been one of the inspirations that I used for my build. Turns out that he actually has the Depot projectors on his car. He started out with the chrome ones. Guess he wasn't really happy with the way the chrome looked, and then he tore them apart and painted them black. So after talking to a few people, a couple of people said, hey man, go black with your car, it's going to look dope. I'm still really on the fence with it because the whole black and yellow thing could be Bumblebee. Once you get a little bit of black on yellow, it can really turn something clean into something, a pile of rice dog shit, really quick. So it's kind of tough for me to make that step. But I'm going to show you guys the OEM style Depot housing that I got, and I'm going to show you guys the projectors that I got. I did decide to buy the black projectors. We're going to test fit them on the car, see what they look like. If there is a possibility that they won't look like complete dog shit, then I'm going to try them out. And if I get them on, I don't like them, either I'm going to send them back or I'll just hoard them, and then I'll go with OEM housings and I'll break those open. Another option, I was going to try and get the old black diamond headlights where they have the black ring that goes around and they're cobra style, whole inside is chrome. So I'm not sure which way I want to go yet. I don't need to go crazy. The idea was I want a projector that's clean and complements my car, and I want an HID so I can see. I like the HID, I like the cutoff. That is what I want. It's just got to be just in the right package the way I want to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over to POV view. We're going to come back, we're going to unbox, and we're going to show you what these things look like. Alright guys, so without further ado, you are going to see, and the box is going to show the chrome housings. I did not get the chrome housings, but first we're going to open up the OEM Cobra replica. You guys can see, and you guys aren't going to be able to find these, but if you want to try, you can try until your heart's content. Every site's going to list that they have them, but when you go to actually place the order, you're going to find out you're either going to get sent different shit than what you ordered from a different brand, and they're going to tell you it's compatible, or they're just going to cancel your order. So that being said, part number for the right side is 331-1142R-AS. You can see it is a Cobra model, and again, it is the right side headlight. So I did pre-open these yesterday. I sealed them back up because I'm probably going to be sitting on them for a while, but I want you guys to see the quality that you're getting with the depot. I don't have the eagle eyes on me right now, but I can promise you there is a big difference. So basically, here's how you get these. You get these with a bulb in it. Got a standard 9007 Sylvania bulb. The housings on these, if you guys have looked at your OEM housings, it's a thick ABS plastic. You can hear these things are solid, very solid construction. You will see the lens markings in here. Yes, they're made in Taiwan like everything, but again, this is a good Taiwan replica as opposed to some of the other shit that's out there. You can see the depot lot numbers on there, depot part number, and you'll see the underside of the light. So you see these do come with brand new adjusters on all corners. And again, you'll see there's basically just a solid ABS plastic housing. Going to the front, you're going to see nice crystal clear lens, and I actually have not peeled off the plastic on the lens yet, but you're going to see super crystal clear lens. That is the look that I'm going for on my car. And again, you guys have seen my car before. It's super clean, but it's not brand new, minty fresh clean. You see you got your depot right there. If it doesn't have depot right there, it's not depot. So guys, don't be fooled. If it doesn't have that, doesn't have the depot stickers on the back, you ain't got depots. The insides of the reflectors are not perfect. You can see a little bit of not like an overspray, but like there was dirt and there's a run back there from when they sprayed the chrome on. A little bit of imperfection down at the bottom ring down there, if you guys can see. This isn't enough to keep me from wanting to keep the lights. Again, they are so damn hard to find, so I'm not gonna keep that from having me keep the lights, but again, overall this is a beautiful brand new light for the most part, and it is really tough to match this quality. Trust me, I've tried. So you'll see on these, compared to the, if you guys have seen the eagle eyes, there is a little bit of a gap that you can see in here. If you can see it, there's a little bit of gap between the lens and like a lip between the lens and the housing. When you heat these up for about 10 minutes in the oven, about 250 degrees, these should get really soft. These have like a butyl sealer in there. It should get really soft, and basically you can get either a blade in there, or you get like a butter knife, and then you can start prying and just pull apart. And again, if you can see these, there is just enough of a gap to start up in a corner where you can start peeling these. On the eagle eyes, you could not do that. You start peeling and it pulled the, you can see that little chrome whip that I was talking about. I pulled all that shit apart down there and started breaking across, and you can actually see some of the sealant in there. It actually looks like maybe it's silicone, but from what I understand, these things pull apart a hell of a lot easier than some of the other junk on the market. So that is these. Like I said, we're going to put these in storage for now until we decide what we're going to do with them. I'm really on the fence about the black housings, but those things could go either way. They could be really awesome and really complement my car and change up the look, or they could look like complete dog shit and, you know, end up not making it on the car. So we're going to put these to the side for now. I have that package so I don't break off any of the ears, I don't break off the headlight, and I don't break anything with the housing. So now we're going to get to the projectors. Depot number 330-1120PX AS2. The 2 indication is for the black housing, and the 1, if that was AS1, it would be the chrome housing. I personally have never seen carbon fiber gunmetal black. The only choices I ever saw was chrome or black. So you can see the chrome. Again, my preference probably would have been the chrome, but they tend to get a little ricey, APC-ish. It's really either way. It's either way for me on these things. I have no idea what these look like in person, so I'm opening these up real time with you guys. You see it has the black housings on here. It's got an SN95. It's pretty clean SN95. You can see Max Zone is the company that I said was their sister company. And again, there goes another shot of the chrome housing. So you're going to have your projector, which swaps to a 9006 style bulb, and I think it's a 9007 or 9005 for your high beam. So this gives you separate beams, low beam, high beam. With the harness that comes with it, allows you to run, to flip on your high beams, and it also will keep on the projector as well as this. So you're getting dual lights when you go with this. So boxing, again, really straightforward. Tells you a little bit about depot. Tells you it's DOT compliant. I try to peel off the label there so you guys can see it, but you get the point. So now is the moment of truth to see what these things are going to look like. Alright, so you open up, you got your separate depot boxes for your left and your right. We will open up the right, and no part number indication on there. Alright, breathing heavily. Alright, so you're going to see the back side of your projector. These things are significantly deeper because of the projector. Now these do give you the option, again, like I said, 9006. Looks like this one is a 9005 for the high beam. So with this, the plan is to go with an aftermarket HID setup. I don't know if I'm going to go with the Morimoto or a DDM tuning. I think is a popular one. You see same quality for the most part of the housings. These are nice thick housings. Comes with new adjusters. Everything's nice and minty fresh. Got your depot part number. Again, if you're not seeing these depot part numbers, you probably got robbed. So make sure you guys got depot part numbers on these things. Now is the scary part. Let's see what these things look like. Alright, I don't think they look too bad. You guys are going to see you got the chrome ring around the projector, you got the black surround, and then you got the chrome reflector for the high beam. So the top of the housing and around the housing is a nice matte finish going all the way around. Nice matte black finish. Doesn't look like these give quite the gap that the other ones did if you want to peel these apart. Let's see if I can get a fingernail in there. Yeah, okay, so there's a little bit of a gap in there. We can peel these apart probably. I really don't want to fuck with these, so if I keep these, I'm going to keep them as is. So that's a non-issue. So we're going to peel apart the plastic on here, and we see it's got a nice crisp black inside. Quality overall looks really nice at first glance. It's got the nipples like stock, so cleaning them off is going to be a little bit of pain in the ass. You're going to hit those nipples, and you're going to rip up your cloths. But the lens is super clean. Interior is really clean. We can see on the reflector housing, or on the reflector a little bit, you can see tad bit of drips and a little bit of dirt in that chrome paint. You know, again, this shit's made in Taiwan, so I'm trying not to hold too much against it. The paint line up here isn't as crisp as what I would have expected, but you know, overall it is really clean. Lens super clean. I mean, that could look all right. It's to the point where you still see some nice chrome in there, but you got a little bit of that black. So that is cool. I'm probably going to get one of these on the car, hold it up to the car, see what it looks like. I'm going to have to try and find the matching corners, because without the corners, I really don't think it's going to give the same effect on these. So we're going to go ahead and pack this up for now. I'm going to go and hold one up to the car, test fit it, see what it looks like, and we'll come back with a little bit more info. Guys, just for shits and gigs, we're going to open up the left one real quick just to make sure it is the same quality as the right one, just before I get too excited here. And actually it's a good thing we did, because I forgot that these have separate harnesses. So you'll find that these do have a little bit of information showing how the harness is going to interconnect. You got relays here, and basically you're going to have a harness that connects to the headlights, and then a junction point that goes from the OEM harness into these, because again, you're splitting from a 9006 housing with a single bulb out to a dual bulb 9007 / 9005, or I'm sorry, going from 9007 setup to a 9006 9005 setup. So again, you're going to see your harness. You know, from what I can see, looks like it's a nice, neat harness. This is probably fuse right here, maybe. Again, without seeing this all apart, this is probably going to go to the stock housings. I got to unravel it all to see how it's going to go. These are going to go out to the new headlight housings, I guess. New headlight housings. The blue ones, should be more than blue one, I would hope. That's going to plug into the stock harness, I'm guessing. Yeah, so that's going to go into the stock harness. I don't know where the second one plugs into, so that one may be a little interesting. So we're going to get this unraveled a little bit later, check it out. See here, we got some zip ties of some sort. We got 2 relays, so these plugs are going to go out to the relays for the switching of the high beam, low beam, I guess. And see how this bad boy looks. Again, same quality, nice thick plastic. Got our depot numbers 03-330-1120LX. So the individual ones have different part numbers than the pair, obviously. You got your new adjusters. And this one up here is a little, oh, that's right, that's the one that fits into the plastic. So those all fit good. Housing looks nice and minty fresh, like it should. Got your info down there, so on the left hand side. You got your depot part numbers, again, super minty fresh. Alright, so I think we are solid. I'm going to go ahead and get this package back up. We're going to see if we can pop off one of the Cobras, lightly set this in, and see what it looks like. You see a little bit of gap on the other side of the housing. It's clear compared to this black. It should not be an actual gap. So I don't think we have to seal anything. It's just the difference in the painted surface. You can see a little bit of lip. So it's just the difference in the painted surface to the non-painted surface. So overall, that's probably going to be a lot easier to peel these apart. But again, we're not going to get that far with these because I don't plan on doing anything crazy with these. So we'll come back, we'll see what it looks like on the car, and we'll go from there and decide if we're going to keep them. Alright guys, we are back. We're going to take out the driver's side headlight first, since that's easier accessible. So what we're going to need to do is take out the... Sorry, I got too much shit on my countertop here. So we're going to need it in 11 millimeter. Let's see here. Okay, so we got an 11 millimeter to take out the corner light. Now see, I already popped this off. I just had one plug up there. Pop that off, and
not going to be able to see in there too good, but we got an 11mm right there to pop out that corner light. So we'll kind of guide that by hand. Alright, so we got that 11mm nut off. This should basically pop out. Assuming I got the right nut. Ah, there we go. It always makes my butthole pucker a little. Alright, so these are the original housings from 1994 on my GT. You'll see they are still pretty good condition. We will get these out of the way, and you guys will see my Cobra lights in a minute. Once we have that out, basically want a 12mm box head wrench. And if you guys can see, there's a plastic thing right there and another one over here. Basically, you're sliding this over top of it to compress these pins, which I don't think a 12mm is going to be sufficient for it. These are probably so old and beat up, they're already compressed. Let's see if we can try it with an 11mm. I forget how I did this last time. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit of a bitch to get these out last time. Basically, you want to compress those pins, and the headlight should give a little bit away and pop out. And does not look like it's going to do with the 11 either. 11's too small. 12 feels too big. We'll try it with the other side. I'm flipping it around. It looks like it's right there. Well, you know what? There is a metal locking tab there. I forgot that's got to come out. See, don't forget that metal locking tab. Yeah, it's been forever since I fucked with these things. Alright, so now you see it pops out a little bit easier. This side may not be quite as easy. Alright, so that side popped out. This side is not going to compress, so we may have to get a little bit creative and pushing down on that tab. Again, guys, over the years, these things get so beat up. It makes things a little bit difficult. If you guys can see that thing in there, that's what I'm going to fight with right there. The other one is out. Let's see. Wait, that's not what was supposed to happen. That's why I cringe when doing these things, because they're either too tight, and motherfucker, I broke one of the adjusters. And there's a rubber nub that came off here. Again, old brittle shit. 24-year-old stuff. Good thing I do have some extra adjusters. See, that thing's sheared right off. So if you look here, what we had to do is you're supposed to push these in and compress them. And now that I look at it like that, that should have done the trick. But, you know, again, this old shit fights with you a little bit. So it's definitely not an 11 now that we see that. Basically, when you slide the box end wrench over this, it's supposed to gently compress that and pop it out, but I don't know, maybe I'll grease it for next time. Now that that adjuster is fucking trash, you guys can see what my Cobra lights look like. So again, this car's been parked for a while. It's not very clean, but you know, at first glance, those Cobra headlights look really good. You look closer at them, and you can see, you know, I did touch these up. If you can see any little pitting on the inside, you know, again, these aren't perfect. These are 24-year-old lights. So, you know, they look fabulous for what they are, but they're not minty fresh like the rest of my car is. These do not look like they have a gap like the other ones did that'll make it easier to come apart. So these are probably fight with to get them open. Again, I'm not going to do that. These are OEM stuff. I really don't want to fuck with these, but you guys were ever wondering if you have OEM lights or not, they say Ford, they say Sylvania, and they have part numbers. Again, that's how you know they're official Ford stuff. So, got that out of the way. I guess we're gonna do left as you're inside the car. Not sure if it's your left or my left. We will see which left it wants to be. So I'm gonna put that shit down on the side for now. And yes, it is left as if you're in the car. So trying to look at these. Okay, so yeah, it does have the things on the adjusters. All right. So we're just going to gently set these in here to try and simulate what these things will look like. That is close enough for now. All right. So here is my fear, if this is going to look good enough. So I am going to post some pictures up. You guys can tell me what you think of these. Are they rice or are they nice? That's side by side. Man, I think they could really have some potential. I really do, but again, that shit could get away from me really quick. So I'm going to snap these in. I'm going to see what it looks like with the corner bulb. Fitment. Fuck it, let's snap them in. Let's see what they look like. Alright, so there. Snapped in. Not sure how good the how good those adjusters. That one looks like it's pretty cockeyed. That's the other worry I have with going with aftermarket shit, is if these things are going to be cockeyed at all. Alright, I'm going to stop the video for now. I'm going to think about this one. I'm going to pop in the corner marker, see what it looks like, and we'll come back with some pictures. I'm not liking how this is fitting in the corner, so I'm going to see if there's any adjustment in there. Ooh, with that sounds like it's cracking. So we'll be back. Alright guys, we got them test fitted. Kind of on the fence about them. They do look kind of clean, but I don't know, it's hard to tell with the side markers. Nice and minty fresh. We got a top angle, side angle, do a pan across the front. Do a front shot like that. Again guys, I don't know how I feel about them. They do have the potential to be really cool. I'm probably just going to plug in the harness real quick just to see them light up and see what they look like. I gotta really see them with the corner markers. I don't think they look right with the corner markers. They could have the potential to be really cool, but I don't know. I'm on the fence. Some of the other things you guys got to worry about when you're fucking with this old stuff, these plastic clips break off. I didn't even put that one in yet. But the plastic clips that hold in the light bulbs, you'll see one busted here. They break off very easy. They're very brittle. Late model restoration carries replacement sockets for that. I mean, they're going to hold in fine. Just something to know about. That is a potential issue. You got to really make sure you line the adjusters in the slots. I forgot about that and had to fuck around with it for a little bit to get them in the slots. Busted my knuckles a little. Once they're in pretty good. They don't seem to shake. They're in there pretty tight. This one doesn't have the top clip in. I'll put the top clip in a C, but that's the only reason why that one's loose. We'll actually go to the POV cam. I'll put that in now so you guys can see. I'm not bullshitting that they do fit pretty tight. I just kind of slap these in just to see what they look like, so I know if I'm going to be returning them or not. So this clip here slides in there, and this is actually a super snug fit. Sorry for the sniffling, it's a little cold out. So I actually have to push in on the housing to get it to fit in that channel. Alright, that's good enough for now. You get the idea. These things are pretty tight in there. They're not going to move around when I drive. Again, once I get it all the way down in there, it's just barely touching the tip. Once I get it on there, it will fit in there snug. I'm going to plug in the harness real quick. It just needs power and ground, and then has to go to the auxiliary light. So we're going to do that quick. We'll come back and we'll see what they look like lit up. You can see I got the driver's side light hooked up. Looks really crystal clear. This is kind of really rigged up, but you get the point. Looks crystal clear. I don't know how much of it you're going to be able to see on the wall. You can see the cutoff pattern a little bit. These are not super bright with the halogens. Once we get HIDs in there, I'm sure they will be a lot brighter. But you guys can at least see how it looks with them lit up. And we'll be back. Alright guys, as you can see, I pulled the headlights back out after the test fit. Basically what I found is I absolutely fucking hate the way that Ford put these headlights in. These stupid fucking channels. So what you have to watch out for when you put these in, you got a channel right here, and a channel right there that the adjusters go into. And then you have channels over here for the corner lights. What I found, and you guys probably find from doing this, is even those new adjusters, those things just, they snap. They're brittle. They're a pain in the ass to get in and out. I don't care how many times late model restoration or whoever from American Muscle says, oh, it's easy, 5-minute process. You stick a 12mm box end wrench over the part that sticks into the header panel and it just pops right out. It does not pop right out. As you can see, I put down pads this time so I don't drop these things on the floor. They are a fucking pain in the ass to get out. So if you have not done this yet, just realize it's a pain. I found a nice little bolt sitting in my header panel. You can see 24 years of dirt sitting in here. So we're going to clean this up all good while we're in here. Basically, the way that harness works is it's only going to plug into the driver's side and then it branches off to the passenger side. So I'm going to get some pictures posted. Tell me what you guys think of these things. I'm going to clean up a few things, take a look at the connectors, look at the adjusters. Again, some of those busted off and the tabs busted off, so I got to see how I can really adjust them. If you can see in the cup in here, there's a cup where the main harness comes through for the light bulb. Since I have two light bulbs, the other bulb is over there, so I'm probably going to have to cut out this header panel and elongate this a little bit to be able to get the high beams connected. So I'm going to do a little bit more research, and that'll decide if I'll keep them. But we'll be back on the next one and see if I decided to keep them and see if we can get them hooked up and, you know, what I decide to go with.